going to talk a little bit about the Boeing 737 MAX and how long it is going to take to actually come back to service. Of course, Boeing, big business in the Northwest, especially in Washington State. How long until Boeing 737 MAXs are actually back in the air?
There was some surprising news on that front this week, Scott. Boeing announced the return for service for the 737 MAX probably won't happen until midsummer, and this is just a few weeks after it had given us an estimate of late February or March. What's happening is that regulators around the world keep finding new glitches in the aircraft design and software that need to be fixed, and it just takes longer. But I have to say personally, after this level of scrutiny, I'd be willing to board this airplane without hesitation once it's cleared to fly again.
So this grounding, for as long as it's been going on, has made for some interesting pictures and images. You've reported on some of it, of planes kind of almost literally stacking up in storage areas, both on the west side and in central Washington at the Moses Lake area or airport and elsewhere across the U.S. So let's say realistically, if this Boeing 737 MAX never actually got back in the air because of whatever safety defect, and suddenly you have literally thousands of planes, right, that aren't able to fly. What does a company do with suddenly thousands of obsolete planes?
No disrespect, I cannot see a scenario where that would happen. It would file it under too big to fail. There are hundreds of these airplanes now sitting on tarmacs in Moses Lake, in Seattle area, now in California, San Antonio. They will be fixed. There's too much at stake to do anything else. In the case of Moses Lake, it's really interesting, and it's a remarkable scene if you go by there. Just a kaleidoscope of colors and kind of a Tetris game with these really big airliners to try and pack in, in the case of Moses Lake, almost 250 brand new jets. And they all have to be kept in mint condition so that they are ready to fly again someday with their own generator and air conditioning system. The Moses Lake airport manager told me that there are probably 400 jobs now, temporary long-term jobs at this rate, connected with just keeping those airplanes with their new car smell.
You can see more of Tom's reporting on these and other stories at nwpb.org. Thank you for joining us here in the unique Northwest.